All right, let's get right into it. We are pulling back the curtain today on one of the most intense rituals in the business world, the Investor Roadshow. I mean, this is where a company's entire future can be made or broken in just a handful of meetings.
So, have you ever wondered how a startup gets ready for a moment like that? It's not just about having some cool tech or a brilliant idea. No way. It is a full-on, meticulously planned campaign to win over some of the smartest, most skeptical investors on the planet.
And what you're looking at here, this is the actual playbook. We're going to walk you through the real 10-week game plan that an ambitious AI company put together for its make-or-break pitch right here in the United States. Okay, so let's meet the star of our show. The company's called Dynamacs. They're an AI logistics firm, and they have a massive goal: to conquer the American market. This entire playbook, everything we're about to see, is built around that one single critical mission. So what makes Dynamacs so interesting? Well, it's their whole approach. They've built this AI intelligence layer that makes warehouse operations run smoother. But the magic words here are plug and play. See, instead of telling companies to rip out their expensive systems, Dynamacs just plugs right into what they already have. It makes both people and machines work smarter, together.
Now, before you can even think about a plan, you have to understand the battlefield. And for Dynamacs, that meant doing a really deep dive into the U.S. market, sizing up the huge opportunity for sure, but also being brutally honest about the obstacles ahead. And this right here is the core problem they're going after. Look at that number, 500,000. 500,000 unfilled warehouse jobs in the U.S. alone. You know, that's not just a boring statistic. It's a massive industry-wide headache. Companies are absolutely desperate for ways to get more efficient without having to replace their entire workforce.
So, what does that headache look like in dollar signs? This chart just lays it out perfectly. The total addressable market, the whole pie, is nearly $100 billion. Huge, but smart companies know they can't go after everyone. So their serviceable available market, the part they can actually reach, is about $44 billion. But here's the really smart part. Dynamacs is laser-focused on their serviceable obtainable market, a $5 billion slice they can realistically win. Believe me, this is exactly the kind of strategic thinking that makes investors lean in. But a big market opportunity is just a story without proof. And this is Dynamacs's proof. In a real-world case study with a real paying customer, their system boosted operational output by over 50%. That's not a guess, it's not a projection, it's a hard result. And a number like that gets people to sit up and listen. And this slide just nails their unique advantage. On the right, you've got the old way of doing things. You rip everything out, it costs a fortune, and it's a massive disruption. On the left, you've got the Dynamacs way, a smart, flexible AI layer that just works with what you've already got. It's faster, it's cheaper, and it's way less risky. That is a powerful story to tell. All right, so you've got the mission, you've scouted the battlefield, now it's time for the training montage. This is really the heart of the playbook, an intense 10-week program designed to forge this company into a truly roadshow-ready force. And this whole plan isn't just a bunch of random tasks. It's broken down into 4 clear, logical stages. You see, it all starts with learning. You do the research. Then, you move into a deep dive on strategy. After that, it's all about building the actual pitch materials, and finally, you get to final readiness and rehearsals. Each step builds right on top of the last. It just makes sense. And this timeline really shows how that plan becomes real. You've got concrete deadlines. By the end of week 2, a full market report. Done. Week 5, the outreach strategy has to be locked in. By week 8, every single piece of collateral is finalized. And by week 10, that final presentation is rehearsed and absolutely bulletproof. It is a sprint with very clear finish lines along the way. So, let's talk about what all that training actually produces. This phase is all about building the arsenal. You know, the specific tools and weapons you need to walk into those meetings with confidence and come out with a win.
So, what does it even mean to be roadshow ready? Well, it's this. It means having a story about your company that's so compelling, so backed by hard data and real case studies, and presented so professionally that it's basically undeniable. It's about leaving no room for doubt.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. The final package isn't just a single slide deck, it's a whole suite of documents. You've got the sharp 12 to 15 slide pitch deck, a quick one-pager for easy sharing, a deeper dive deck that maps out all the key investors, and this is so important, a prepared Q&A document that anticipates every single tough question they could possibly get.
Okay, so after 10 weeks of this grueling process, research, strategy, building, what does that final state of preparedness actually look like? Well, it's about way more than just having the right documents. It's about embodying a whole new level of strategic clarity as a company.
I absolutely love this quote from their internal plan. It just shows you that this wasn't some exercise dictated from the top down. It was a true team effort. The process itself actually builds alignment and a shared belief in the mission. It's everyone's contribution that forges that final, powerful story.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. A winning pitch is never just about having a brilliant idea. That's just the ticket to enter the game. Winning is the result of a disciplined, structured process that combines deep research, sharp strategy, and the magic of weaving it all together into a story that people can't ignore.
So the playbook is written, the team is trained, the arsenal is ready to go. They have done literally everything they can to prepare for this test. But the final question, the big one, still hangs in the air. Now that they're on the road, can they actually win the game? That's the cliffhanger every single startup faces.